Hard Bullet is a physics-based roguelike arena shooter on SteamVR and now also the Quest 3 and 3S. The game starts off in your home base, which you can use to check out your guns and select one of the 3 play modes. The first is Ride mode, which is the closest thing to a campaign and is a great introduction, but it is also very bare bones. It's basically a wave-based survival mode where you start off with a small amount of money, which is used to buy weapons each wave, most of which need to be unlocked as you level up, which gives you a sense of progression. The next 2 modes are the bread and butter of Hard Bullet, Arena and Sandbox. The Arena is basically the same as Ride, but with every weapon unlocked from the start. You then select your Arena, choose whether you want pre-made or custom enemy waves, and start blasting. Lastly, the Sandbox mode is what Hard Bullet is really about. In Sandbox you have 3 key stations. First, you have an enemy spawner which lets you customize their outfits and even increase their height up to 300% if you want to fight some actual titans. Next, there's a custom magazine generator which is very interesting. This allows you to place a weapon of your choice and use basically anything as your ammo type, even allowing you to edit the size and velocity. For example, here I'll place a knife, hit generate, and just like that, I have an assault rifle that shoots knives. Just be aware that this can really dampen performance on the Quest if you spawn too many objects. Lastly, there's also an object and weapon welding station, meaning you can weld basically anything together. For instance, if you're disappointed there are no bayonets on rifles, you can simply make your own. Just slap on a knife or even a whole sword, and you've got a fixed bayonet on your favorite gun. There's also a spawner menu which is available in the Sandbox and Arena that has even more tools, including a handheld welder tool which allows you to stick any object, weapon or even body part to another. The only problem is that you can't save any of your creations. Everything is reset once you leave. Onto the actual gameplay now. On the surface, Hard Bullet is a straight up first-person shooter with traditional guns, which is somehow kinda rare on the Quest. So even if you ignore all the creative options, you can still jump in with the default guns and modes and still have a blast. However, what makes this game different is the physics engine, which adds a layer of immersion that really makes VR feel more natural and intuitive. The great thing about physics-based VR games is that you can physically perform any crazy maneuvers you can think of. The only problem is most of us can't move like John Wick in real time. Fortunately, you can activate slow motion at any time, allowing you to move at your own pace and do things you otherwise wouldn't be able to do in real life. And to me, that's what makes VR so immersive compared to flat games. Most importantly, there's no need to build a meter or even wait for a cooldown. It's literally unlimited right out the gate. You can also jump and duck with the analog stick and even activate a slow motion jump by holding it for a second. The guns and weapons also have a real weight to them which feels similar to Boneworks. This means you need to move in a realistic motion, especially when using melee weapons. The enemy ragdoll physics also make the gunplay a lot more satisfying. As there are no pre-made animations, the enemies react to every bullet impact as they would in real life. This also makes the melee combat a lot more intuitive as you can do anything you would in real life, although it can be a little janky which takes some getting used to. Fortunately, this is where the slow-mo comes in handy. There's also a large range of guns and melee weapons to choose from. None of the guns use their official names but do look identical and have similar names, so you'll probably recognize them. What I love most is that you can equip up to 6 weapons on your body, which is insane considering most games only let you equip 2, so you can literally arm up like Neo in the Matrix. On your belt and vest you can equip 2 pistols, SMGs, grenades or knives, and on your back 2 shotguns, assault rifles, spears and swords. Hard Bullet is also known for its violence and gore, which can be turned off in the menu. Enemies can be dismembered, decapitated and blown to pieces in a number of creative and disturbing ways. There are also many different environmental weapons like hooks, pipes and machinery to use aside from your default guns and weapons. In future updates there will also be improved gore if you somehow need even more violence. I also get a lot of questions about Quest 2 compatibility, but unfortunately the old XR2 chip just isn't powerful enough. Only the XR2 Gen 2, which is in the Quest 3 and 3S, is capable of running the game. It's a very demanding game even on PC, so it's an achievement they even managed to get it working on standalone. If you love capturing videos, you can also find the LIV Creator kit, which is a suite of camera tools built into the game, which provide many different camera angles with increased FOV and stability. However, this is very demanding on the GPU, so it does tank the frame rate. But hopefully as they optimize the game, this will become more viable in future. Personally, I would recommend buying the Steam version as the graphics are a lot better, provided you have a capable PC. The Quest version performs fine and the gameplay is just the same, so you're not missing out on standalone. It's only a problem when you have too many objects and enemies at once in the Sandbox. The frame rate is locked to 72 FPS unless you use QGO. However, this is one of the rare games I actually keep the settings on default to maintain performance. If you're looking for an all-round John Wick simulator, then this game has you covered. There's enough replayability in the arenas even without messing with the customization. However, the real potential of this game lies in the creation tools that lets you customize your weapons, create new ammo types, tools, objects and even your own scenarios. The game currently has a score of 4.5 stars on Meta from 1500 reviews. Most of the negatives are from Quest 2 users who unfortunately bought the game accidentally, so the actual score would be even higher. The Steam rating is 82% from 4900 reviews, which is also a great score. You can find both store links in the description. Hard Bullet originally launched in 2020 on Steam and has been in constant development since, so the Quest release has basically 5 years of development behind it. However, there is still a lot planned on the roadmap, so expect more to come. You can find updates on the whiteboard in the main lobby, some of which are announced here before their socials. The price is $20 US, 20 euros and 20 pounds, which is in line with similar games. So if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments, and if you found this review helpful, leave a like and be sure to subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next one.